So as you see from the sign, we are going to a place called Stratford, and that is where Nigel Saunders lives. So we're taking a 2-mile drive from Toronto to the Wild West to visit Nigel Saunders. So we're looking forward to meeting him, and I'm traveling with my dear friend Jerry, who has been so kind to take me everywhere.
Yeah, about another 15 minutes. We'll have a short break.
I am proud and privileged to be here. Today is the 20th of July, and I don't need to introduce this gentleman here. Everyone knows him. He is Nigel Saunders, the maverick of bonsai, and I'm also a maverick of bonsai. So we have a lot of things in common.
Very pleased to meet you, Peter.
At long last, people have been dying to see us meet together.
I know.
So when two worlds collide, what happens? The new star is born.
It's an honor to have you here.
No, don't say that. Don't
is a
say
real
that.
honor.
Absolutely not. But I've already come into the entrance, and I'm absolutely overtaken by your bonsai journey. It really puts me to shame, because here in such a cold country, you're growing ficuses. My friends in India would die to see this. Look at this Bodhi tree. My Bodhi tree is only a cutting which is no thinner than 1/8 of an inch thick. And here you've got ficuses you've grown for 30 years from seed or whatever.
Yeah.
It is really fantastic. Jerry, if you can come here, look at this nibari on this ficus. Now the commercial ficus can never produce nibari like this. So do you have to protect them in the winter in your basement, is it?
Yes.
So they lose all the leaves in the winter?
No, they
No?
keep their leaves. It's usually about, it goes from about 7 degrees Celsius
Yeah.
to about 15 in the basement.
Oh,
So I have grow lights above them, and they just go dormant the entire winter. So I have no insect problems because it's cool, and you water them like
so
once a week.
15 is the minimum? 15?
No, they'll go down to 7.
7?
7.
I find that if we grow ficus below 10, they suffer.
Maybe
But look at the health
here
of
they
them.
the temperature gradually goes down.
Now this is a unique style. Out in India and China, they would never grow ficus like this. This boom style, beautiful nibari like that.
Yeah.
And please tell us something about that. You were telling me that's your first bonsai
That was my
ever.
very first bonsai. It was grown from a seed, and it's 31 years old now.
Oh.
And I remember for years everyone said, it's too tall, you should cut it back.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I want to grow it this
Oh,
size.
yeah.
And slowly the trunks thickened up.
Yeah.
And so it's been quite
But
a journey.
This sort of boom style is unique, isn't it? I have seldom seen ficus like this. And this is Schefflera, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
What variety it is? Because it's such
the
a small
normal
leaf.
one. It's the normal
And you can
one.
get the leaf so small.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Defoliation and
Look at the nibari on this.
I can tilt it up for you, Peter. So
Oh, look at that.
there's a boa constrictor in there too.
Oh, God. My goodness, the detail. And what is that? Is that?
That's a willow leaf ficus.
Okay.
That's just starting to come out
Okay.
into leaf again. That was repotted and top pruned recently.
Oh, they're just switching from, because there are some trees nearby.
That's an Austrian pine.
Austrian black pine. From seed again?
No,
Oh,
this was
nursery
from
material.
nursery material.
Okay.
But it's very old now too.
Very healthy. How often do you repot these trees?
This one about every 4 to 5
okay.
years now.
Okay.
I always bare root my trees when I repot them.
Oh, I never dare to do that.
And so far, it's working well.
Again, what is, I don't know if you know
That's
this.
just a white ash.
Oh,
It's nothing really special, that one.
yeah, and that?
This is a...
Acacia?
No,
Some tropical.
I'm forgetting the name of it. It's from the southern states. It's like a... I'll think of it later.
Okay.
This is an elm I just defoliated.
Yeah,
It's an American elm.
Oh. And what about this?
Those are Osage oranges. They're they get a trunk on them like citrus trees, the striped kind of bark.
I've never come across that.
And they get a fruit about this big. And
Is it the citrus family?
No.
No.
It's I forget.
I
what
heard of
family
them.
it is.
May I take a leaf?
Yeah. I don't think it
No.
smells.
And this is a type of ficus?
Yeah, that's a Ficus rumphii.
Rumphie, yeah. In
Yeah,
India they
rumphie.
grow a lot. And this one?
That is a hibiscus,
Oh gosh.
yellow hibiscus. That's just
Such small leaves.
starting
Ah,
out.
this one really amazes
Oh,
me.
thank you.
Really amazes me. Do you get many scale insect on this?
I can.
They are
I
prone
try,
to it.
I try and keep up with it.
Was this from seed or cutting?
It was from a small tree.
Oh.
I bought a little pot and it had
Oh.
a clump of them in it. And so I have quite a few of them actually.
And how many years? About 30 again?
Close to 30, yeah.
30 years. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And now if we can just turn our backs, look at this. The Canadian larch is
Yeah, yeah.
not. No, our larch, we grow Japanese larch and European larch, which is not like this. And what sort of Picea is this?
That is like the bird's nest spruce, the
Oh, spruce.
the weeping kind of one.
Ooh,
That's an old tree too.
oh, look at that bunjin. Look at that with shari. Is it your own pot?
That was made by a local potter, Sophie.
Okay.
Yeah, she makes nice pots. And that was done with reduction firing, where you get
Oh,
sort
okay.
of
Yes, I
you
know.
take the oxygen
Yes.
out of the kiln and
Yeah, I used to pots, I know.
it brings out like
Yeah.
that metallic,
Yeah. So does she have a gas kiln or wood kiln?
a gas one.
Okay.
Or-
And this is the famous one. I saw this on YouTube video, isn't it?
That was a tough one to style. It
Ah.
had multiple branches at the top, and so I do it all with clip and grow my trees. I don't do any wiring, and it's just I just prefer like the
And this is
natural.
one tree, is it?
There's a group of 5
Oh.
trunks growing, and then I planted seedlings around it.
Oh.
And the idea of this forest was that you're not invited to look at it, that you
Oh.
have to go in and
Yeah.
it's not one of those forests where everything is obvious. You have to go in and
And I
study it.
just spotted something in the back. Is it a type of yucca? What-
Yes, those are yuccas. If you come around this
How
way,
do you manage to get the leaves so small?
oh,
Oh, there's a mine of stuff here. We can never go through everything.
if you can squeeze through here,
So,
Peter. Yeah, this is yeah, my yucca forest. I'm very proud of it because
God, look at the nibari on this. Jerry, look at that.
it's
Look
getting
at
very
that.
old that now.
Again, you have to overwinter this, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Must be quite a job taking it to the basement, is it?
It's a good workout.
Oh,
Keeps me fit. And this is a ficus.
how big would the leaves be normally? Because
They would grow
Oh.
huge. So you can see some of them are starting to gain bigger. So they'll need a.
I've never
trim
seen
too.
a yucca group like this. This is the first, honestly, this is the first I've ever seen.
So I found these yuccas. I was walking my kids to the pool one day, and someone had like a house plant that they'd thrown out on the curb. They were bare rooted, just sitting in the sun, and they were really tall. They
So how
were-
many years would this be?
That's
20?
25
I would
maybe.
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is unique, isn't it? Ficus lyrata.
Yes, Lyrata.
This is a house plant. Normally a house plant. How can you get the leaves so big? I mean so small. Normally the leaves are about 10 times the size. Look at that, Ficus lyrata. First time I've seen it as bonsai.
The leaves are big, but
Oh.
compared to the full size
Yes,
plant,
yes.
And this
And
is
this
an
also.
asparagus fern.
Asparagus. Trump style.
And this is a hibiscus here.
Again, you got the leaves small, huh?
They're quite small.
And what is this? Not some
This
sort
is
of
a
apricot?
European buckthorn.
Oh,
Do you have many of those as bonsai in
no.
Europe? Or?
What do you call it? Has it got white flowers?
Yes.
We call it blackthorn.
Blackthorn, yeah.
Blackthorn.
Yeah.
Prunus spinosa.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's early in its training. This was lying on a compost heap.
Oh,
A fellow club member, he got sick of them.
throw it away.
He threw it away. He got sick of it. He
You
said,
can earlier, isn't it? Earlier easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said every time he tries to develop a branch, it dies off. So he.
Some of the Japanese nurseries are like this, you know.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where you wander through.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
All these feathers. What is special about this one?
This is
tender.
I am taking care of people's trees
Oh,
here while they're on
okay.
vacation, so there's not too many in here that are my own. This
Oh,
Ficus elastica forest I
gosh.
started, and I have a clump style there.
again, that's the first I've never. This is a very special variety, and it's so red.
Yeah, it's very, very red.
Oh.
It's kind of nice. And I got a few of my jades in here. This is a kapok. This is the largest tropical rainforest tree.
Oh,
They grow above
Oh.
the whole rainforest canopy. This is Ceiba speciosa,
Oh.
I think. It's a silk
I've
tree,
seen
silk
them in
floss
India.
tree.
Yes,
They get the real.
you're more adventurous than me. I would never dare to do it. No.
And this is a fellow from London. He's growing these.
Coleus.
Coleus, yeah.
Oh, oh.
As a bonsai. They're 3 years old. I've never seen one of those before. This is another type of hibiscus
Yeah,
here.
variegated one. Yeah, they go into big trees.
Yeah. This is a acacia here.
Oh,
It's in the early.
and that's some sort of succulent, isn't it?
Yeah, they call it a climbing aloe, but it's not actually an aloe.
Oh. Is it an aloe vera family?
I don't think it is actually.
And these are just from cuttings, is it?
Yeah. And those are another
Yeah.
person's tree.
I see a lot of these structures. Are you collecting it? Do you make them or what?
I made the one over here. I'll show
Oh,
you that
okay.
out of cement, and I'm going to plant it this year with ficus growing over it. So it's just straight down here, Peter. This was my birthday present last year, my 60th birthday present.
Someone gave it to you.
Yeah, a bunch of people went together. And Blue Jay Bonsai,
Did he collect it or from nursery?
it was from a nursery.
I came across a very interesting black pine yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very difficult one.
So this is my temple I made out of
Oh.
cement here.
The Hindu temple.
Yeah, so I'm going to grow ficus over top of it.
Oh,
It'll be,
fun. Like
It'll be a lot
Angovat.
of fun.
Angovat.
yeah.
Or more succulents.
So I
More
should
succulents.
tell you the story here.
Yes.
My very first bonsai book was this one. It was sort of a species guide.
Who was it by?
Simon and Schuster's Guide to Bonsai.
Okay,
I think
I've never
they're, I
come
think
across
they're
it.
English, aren't they?
Is it?
So I got this, and I just loved the book because it had all these
Oh.
species. And then the second book I bought was this one,
The famous Masterclass.
Bonsai Masterclass, and I just
okay.
love this book.
This is I consider it my best book, written in 1986, published in 87. And fortunately, this is the only book I kept the text copyright. All the other books I sold the copyright, so
Okay.
I don't have it. And in the pandemic, they were selling for £300 sterling.
Really?
That book.
Wow.
And there's a story behind this tree. A lot of people who are my competitors and enemies, I have enemies, mind you, I'm not prepared to say on YouTube. And they said, what a rubbish tree is on the cover. Look at that, it's a rubbish pine. I had beautiful pines, I have some beautiful trees, but the whole purpose why this tree was shown is because the publisher, they like the blue pot.
Oh.
They said it's a beautiful pot, so let's put it on the cover.
Well, sometimes I
you know, and
guess.
they said it would sell the book.
Yeah.
It's not because the bonsai was good, the pot was good. So that's the story of the cover.
Yeah.
I'm always ashamed of the tree. I still have that tree. I refuse to sell it. It looks quite different from what it is now. So that's the story of the tree. And
Well,
also,
it is a very nice cover.
the
text
first
is-
book of, I noticed you also have, this one, Bonsai, The Art of Growing and Keeping Miniature Trees.
Yeah.
This was published in 84, 85. And again, a lot of the trees are not what we call exhibition or specimen trees.
Right.
But they missed the point of my books. The point of my books was to make it accessible to people.
Yes.
I know now that they can see it on YouTube. But even when I used to write the books, my attitude was that it should be accessible to people.
Yes.
If you make it too complicated, people get dispirited,
Yeah.
discouraged. So my critics missed the point of my books.
Right.
They said that all the rubbish trees, Peter Chan is rubbish because the trees are rubbish. And I don't care. Like probably you, I do not care what people say. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like to keep my mind focused on what I do, same as you, so you and I are kindred spirits.
Yeah,
We do not bother too much about what people do. As long as you're honest with yourself and do what you believe, it will work for people. You give a lot of people enjoyment. I think I also give a lot of people
Yes, yeah,
enjoyment, and that
definitely.
is the main thing.
Yeah.
I'm honored that you have my books. In fact, I brought a copy of this book also for you. I will give you another copy. Did you send for this?
This one's actually signed, I think. Someone sent it to me. Here.
Okay, someone sent it to you, but I brought a copy specially for you.
I have a lot of viewers that are really nice to me. They send me
Okay.
gifts in the mail.
All right.
And it's so.
So do I. I'm
appreciate
sorry I'm
it.
not wearing my Hawaiian shirt. I should have worn my Hawaiian shirt for this. But anyway, so let us have a look at this. Jerry, can you come and look at this? There's so many things I admire. Look at that.
Thank you, Peter.
This is an absolutely natural forest. Something that you would see in Canada, isn't it?
That was my goal, is
Oh.
to create a Canadian landscape.
Yeah, with this blue spruce, you call it a blue spruce? You
It's
see
a
them?
black spruce.
Oh, you
actually.
see it everywhere, that blue type of
And
thing.
the trees in the front are larches.
Yeah.
And the idea is in fall that the larches turn the
Golden
yellow,
color.
and then they have the green backdrop behind them.
Ooh.
So it's fairly early in the. This one's being put together. I think this is its third year.
I admire the scale of your things. I tend to work on very big trees because I cannot think that small. But I think this is delightful to get trees this scale.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and to get that forest effect. This is a very authentic forest. Okay, so this is the front,
Yeah, that's the back of it.
the back.
Needs a little weeding, but
Okay, and then again, this is Scheffler.
yeah, that's the large leaf one, the Australian umbrella
Even
tree.
then, the leaves are small there. And look at this for you, this jade tree.
Yeah.
To get the base nibari like that, do you have to keep clipping it all the time?
Yes,
How many times you take it off then?
it's been hard pruned back 3 or 4 times now, and then I'm in the process
Yeah.
of regrowing the branches now.
Yeah.
So-
And Jerry, if you look at this one, Aurelia, this is ever so hard to make into credible bonsai. How you can get the leaf so small and the trunk so nice? It is a work of art. And I notice there's a variegated, jade tree at the back.
Yes, I have quite a few.
Oh.
Probably too many.
Yeah.
But they're.
Oh.
I enjoy growing them. I think succulent bonsai. I think with climate change and
Yeah.
everything getting hotter
Yeah.
and water shortages
Okay.
and that, it's.
Okay,
There's
now.
my famous sarissa.
Yeah, look at that flat top. South African style.
That started out as a
style.
cutting about
Oh,
this big.
how many years ago?
That's 28 years, I think.
Sarissa is so hard to grow. How you can get it so successful, I don't know. You have a knack. And that beautiful pot. Tell me
That's
something else.
made by David Johnson of the Toronto Club.
Okay, it's a beautiful
if you-
pot. Look at the glaze.
If you're ever looking for a bonsai garden to go through David Johnson's. It's
Okay.
fabulous. He's got old trees, and
Oh,
he's been in bonsai a long time.
oh, is it? Oh. And that's some sort of bougainvillea, is it? That one there?
Yes,
Oh.
yeah, that's the pink pixie.
Pixie,
bougainvillea.
yeah.
And that's very old now too. That
Oh.
was started from a really tiny cutting.
Yeah,
also.
usually people have very straggly bougainvillea, isn't it? They're afraid to prune.
Yeah, or they've collected a large one
Yeah.
and they cut it and then the trunk rots out.
And these are beauties. Look at the detail of this.
That was a ginseng ficus from a grocery store.
Ginseng!
Yeah.
And that's a novel idea because a lot of the ginseng are very ugly, but you carved it to make a nibari.
Yes.
What a clever idea. I've
carved the
never
roots.
seen ginseng used like this. Everyone who sees ginseng, they poo-poo it and say ginseng is not bonsai, ugly tree, but you've created something really novel there. And I like the pot.
Thank you. That's a 3D printed pot.
Is it?
So I designed it on my CAD system, and then I got it 3D printed.
And what's the material? It's like a plastic?
It's not the PLA.
Oh,
It's a better plastic, so
Oh.
it stood up really well over the years.
and look at these.
I'm starting into
well-made
some
trees.
super miniatures. So I built this bonsai
Oh,
bench display, and then I had it at the Toronto show.
yeah.
And someone made me this brass watering can.
Ah, made.
It works. You can.
In fact, it's the Hawes design. There's a British company called Hawes.
Yes, I have
They,
a hot.
they make that type of watering
And
can.
then he made me a miniature root rake
Oh,
also,
gosh.
and it matches.
The size.
It matches the one over here. This is my root rake. So he made a miniature version of it. So that's kind of cool. And then I have my desert rose forest here.
Oh,
That's sort of a dry landscape, and
how come your desert rose got such big, small leaves, isn't it? They have quite big leaves.
I think it's just I keep it very dry.
Do you let it flower?
I haven't had it flower.
Oh.
These are only in their second year
Okay.
since I got them. So.
They usually have very ugly roots, isn't it, when they're grown?
Yes, they can
like
be
sweet
very.
potato.
Yeah, you have to do quite a bit of root pruning. And then I have my aloe bonsai here.
Oh,
And they grow aerial roots, which
again,
I
I've never seen
realized.
that. You know, who would think of using aloe vera?
Yeah, I don't know if it's successful or not.
No, it
but
is.
And then I have the Christmas cactus here in the round pot.
Yes,
The bigger ones over
with
there.
woody stem.
And it looks beautiful when it's in flower. It kind of all
And euphorbia
cascades.
as well.
Yeah, euphorbia. These are baobabs here. These were sent to me.
I have never been successful because I once had a bunch of about 8 or 9 seedlings which someone gave me, 4-year-old,
Yeah.
about this thick, and the
Okay.
temperature went to 5 degrees and they all died.
Yeah.
They need
heard-
at least 10, is it?
I've heard 15 is
15?
ideal. Yeah. So
You're
you
very
really have
careful.
to baby them.
Yeah.
They lose their leaves in winter.
Yeah.
And if you-
What is this one then?
I think that's an Australian bottle tree.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Hmm.
Have you ever tried a baobab leaf?
No?
Do you want to try one?
Yeah.
They're delicious. I'll get them
Because
made
in India, in Hyderabad, there's a 1,000-year-old baobab, and the trunk diameter is something like almost 40 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they say that about 50 or 60 people can hide inside the
Really?
center of the trunk.
I think they kind of taste like cashews a bit. They have a creamy
Almost like spinach even.
spinach, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But I think they're delicious. I
I don't know whether people eat the seeds because they have seeds, don't they, baobab?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know they eat the pulp.
Oh.
And then we have a native tree called a pawpaw tree, which grows like a tropical type fruit on it. And these are what I'm growing here. So they're just beginning.
And that is the Aesopet campestri.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's going to go in a forest someday. Another forest. Forests are a lot of maintenance. It's getting hot
Oh,
here.
yeah. Tropicals are amazing. Now that's a beautiful point.
Thank you. Thank you. This is your
I
gift.
wish we could have trees like this in the UK. We don't have that type of tuya. A tuya, huh?
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
They have different character. Tuya
Yeah.
is usually used for hedging.
Yes.
Is it the same as that? No.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It is?
Yes, same type.
Good God.
Yeah. Now, it used to have rough bark on it,
Yeah.
but as they get old, the bark strips off.
Oh.
And that's what's happened with this one. It just flakes off in strips, and they get a very kind of smooth with a very fine bark texture on them. So that one's old. I've had that 27 years, I think.
So again, typical bonsai enthusiast. All the rocks. Never have enough of it.
I
Look at
never
it.
do.
What, you collect it from local rivers underground?
There's a spot we went to. Someone off of YouTube showed me some pictures of his trees, and he had a root over rock. And I said, "Where did you get the rock for that?" And he said, "Oh, I just collected it." And he says, "You should come down sometime." So it was like a 2.5 hour drive,
Okay.
and we
In
loaded.
a river?
No,
No?
just lying on the ground.
Oh.
And we filled the
These?
car up. Yeah. Just lying there, you just picked them up. It was right near a parking lot, and
Yeah.
so one
And
thing I've learned
yeah.
about rock collecting is collect small rocks.
Oh.
Because I'm always looking for smaller rocks for landscapes, and the large rocks are good for root over rock, and that's about it. But the pots get heavy fast.
Now I noticed something here, Jerry, if you can home in the camera. This is deadly nightshade.
Yes.
Deadly nightshade. What a beautiful flower, isn't it? You should attempt to make a bonsai with that.
I do actually. I do.
Oh, you do?
I'll show it
Oh
to
my
you.
God.
I'll show it to you, Peter.
Deadly nightshade.
I try everything. I don't know how successful it is, but here it is.
Deadly nightshade with a woody stem.
There it is. And this is also a David Johnson pot
Oh, beautiful.
from Toronto. He has the ox
Okay.
or water buffalo type
Yeah.
feed on it, and he makes beautiful pots.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, so and it flowers. It gets the flowers and the berries on it.
First ever deadly nightshade. You stole my thunder. I thought that, I would be suggesting something new, but you've already done it.
I tried it.
So before we go, look at that root over rock. Look at this root over rock. Huh? This is nerifolia? No, not neri.
That's a Benjamina.
Benjamina?
Medium leaf size. Just be careful, there's a hole behind you there, Peter.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay, I won't go there. And that is, what is that other one?
That is, they call it
Salicifolia.
Yeah.
Salicifolia.
Saber leaf ficus or larger
Willow leaf, yeah.
leaf one. This is a Brazilian
Yeah,
rain
rain tree. I saw one or two in the workshop the other day.
Okay, yeah.
Some nurseries sell them. And what is this one?
This is the Natal ficus.
Oh,
It's from Africa.
beautiful trunk.
And they're probably the best ficus for bonsai.
Oh,
They're hardy.
Yeah.
They'll go right down to freezing. And so they're a temperate tree. You need to
Yeah.
keep them cool in winter. And they grow aerial roots like crazy. They're just probably the best ficus for growing
when
aerial
I
roots.
visited South Africa only once, and I came
Okay.
across a ficus called Burt Davii.
Yeah, yeah.
Burtdavi. Burt Davii. Very small leaf, beautiful.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah,
Well, nice natural
I think
style.
this is actually a Burt Davii.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a variety of the Natal ficus. And this is the one
Benjamina?
when I had that record cold, the top of this tree died off.
Oh.
So I took a cutting and I planted the cutting over the
Oh.
living part of the tree. So it's two trees kind
Oh.
of fused together now.
Okay.
And so it kind of saved the tree.
Yeah.
Otherwise it was just a stump.
Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah, so this is kind of like
Tuya?
the thuyas you can collect here. You can see the rough kind of bark on them. So I'm going to grow this one a root over rock.
Is
over
that
one
for
of those
cutting
rocks.
or whatever?
That was collected.
Oh.
Yeah, by Connor.
Oh. You use a very open mix, or is it just a surface dressing?
That's the mix right through.
Right through.
Yeah. Now this is Connor's soil. So
You don't put much organic material
no,
in it?
no, I don't use any organics.
Really?
No. It's all just like this.
So you must have to feed heavily then.
I do. I feed lightly every time I water.
Oh.
So I just mix a little
Oh.
spoonful of fertilizer in my bucket, and then I
Okay.
use the watering can. This is a Scots pine root over rock there.
Okay.
It's slowly getting there.
So I guess you would prune it back to here.
Yes, yeah. I'm just letting it grow for now. Yeah,
Yeah, we saw one nice one yesterday.
yeah. But you've seen a lot of nice trees
Yeah.
at the. How did the workshops go?
Yeah, they were very enthusiastic, but quite a few people were not very experienced.
Okay.
So they had to improve the wiring.
I find all the clubs now, all the
New people.
older people are kind
Is
of
it?
getting out of bonsai,
Oh.
and it's all new people.
But it's good.
Maybe it's just that I'm getting older. I
No,
don't
but
know.
it's good that there are new people. It's
Yeah,
nice
there's a
and new.
lot of new people,
Yeah,
and it's exciting to
to
see.
encourage them. Yeah.
There's a lot of interest in bonsai. If you hear the house wren in the background, it sounds just like the opening of Herons Bonsai, the videos. It's hopefully we'll hear it.
English oak.
Yeah. These are grown from seeds. That was from an oak tree that was brought over from England
Ah.
for the coronation of King George the
Fifth.
Fifth, I think, in 1930,
30, yeah.
36 or something, or 34. So these are those are grown from the seeds off that tree. It's the only surviving one I know of in Canada.
Oh.
They brought hundreds over
Oh.
and planted them all in parks and that. And Let me just get you the honorary.
How can I do a video without my shirt? Isn't it? Especially for Nigel. My dream come true.
Look at that.
So, my video not complete without the shirt. Mind you, I get like you, gifts from all over the world for Hawaiian shirts. The only trouble is when I get Hawaiian shirts from US,
Yes.
they think I'm a big guy. So
I
their
see.
small is too large for me, even
Oh,
the
really?
small. So I have to have, I'm a regular 36 in UK size.
Okay.
So let me just show
That's
you.
good to know. All you viewers out there of the Herons Bonsai, that's what size he is.
And your story.
Oh, my story. Well, I got that book, Bonsai Masterclass. I bought it at a bookstore at work, and then I used to go for my washroom break, and I'd start reading it, and I couldn't put it down. And I had to finish the end of the
You
chapter,
nearly got the sack.
and I'd be in the washroom for like 15 minutes. And my boss the one day said, "You've been in the washroom a long time, Nigel."
What are you looking at?
He wasn't very happy.
So do you think this is a real Bible?
I think
I regard that as my best book.
Bonsai Masterclass inspires you to grow bonsai. It teaches you all the basic techniques.
And it's got a
And-
spirit. I think it has a
Yeah,
spirit.
and it has
in
a story, a personal story and everything. I think it's the perfect book for anyone because it's a complete book.
I
think
tell
it's-
you what, usually a lot of the books, the way people are asked to write books, many people who aspire to write books don't realize that most of the books and publications is inspired by the publisher.
Right.
The publisher goes to the book fair and he sells the idea, and when he gets the orders from the books, he then commissions the author to write the book, and then that book has to be written to their specification and their style.
I see.
Bonsai Masterclass was commissioned by a guy who gave me a completely free hand. He said, you can write what you like. And because I could write what you like, it had a freedom and spirit in that book,
Yes.
which no other book has.
I don't think any other book
Yeah,
has it.
so
It's-
although that was my second book, I still regard it as the best book. And luckily, that is the book which I have the text copyright, and I republished it last year
yeah.
because there's big demand. And I'll be happy. I notice you get most of those books. I will gladly sign
I
all those
would
books
love
for
that,
you.
Peter.
All
I'll get
right.
them out.
Yes, so we will do that for you. It's my honor and privilege.
It's mine entirely.
And I brought my special seal
Oh my goodness.
because I don't often carry it around.
Look at that.
So in this, let's go through the sequence. This is the first book which I wrote in 1984.
Okay.
And this book I wrote in 2 weekends. Because
Really?
at that
2
time,
weekends?
I used to be a speechwriter at the Department of Energy,
Okay.
UK Department of Energy. So I used to give a lot of talks, and I just got all the talks together. My wife used to sit at a typewriter, IBM golf ball. She was a very fast typist. And I used to dictate like speeches, and she typed it in 2 weekends. Saturday morning from 3 o'clock to 5 in the morning, Sunday morning again, 3 o'clock to 5. We did that 2 weekends, and the whole book was done
Wow.
in 2 weekends.
Wow.
And that is the story of Bonsai Masterclass. And this is the seal,
Oh yeah.
was done with this exact seal, exact same seal.
Is that right?
My mother made the seal for me, and
Yeah.
I'm going to chop this here,
And that's marble, is it?
soapstone or whatever.
Soapstone, okay.
That is the same seal
Look at that.
that I use for the book. So
exciting is
not
that?
many people have the scene, so I'm going to be a maverick and I'm going to write
Thank you very much, Peter.
to Nigel, my kindred spirit.
Best wishes, Peter.
Stratford.
Yep, the big Stratford visit. How exciting. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Peter. That's wonderful. You created
And
it.
then the
Another
second book was Bonsai Masterclass.
Masterclass.
So this I will also gladly autograph for you.
I have a lot of bonsai books. I've been collecting them since I got into bonsai. And That's amazing. Look at that, a stamp. Very cool. I have a friend, Isabella, who's getting into calligraphy.
Yes.
And she really enjoys it, the free brush strokes. And
Oh.
thank you. Look at that. That's wonderful.
And then this was my third book.
Okay. Wow. I've
Create
got them in
Your Own
order here.
Bonsai from Everyday Garden Plants. So in its time, this was written 1989, and it was quite new because no one ever thought of using garden plants for bonsai.
I see.
Again, it has inspired a lot of people to start bonsai.
And on the
With-
cover, there's a
Potentilla.
and they're native to Canada.
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
they're native to Canada. There's some people in the Toronto Club who collect them,
Okay.
and you get some really wild
With thick
forms.
trunks?
Yeah, thick trunks, deadwood all over them, and the deadwood's hard to keep alive. It's very soft, but so books 1, 2, 3. Wow. And you've written, I think, 12 books, have you?
10 books if you consider the
Okay, 10 books.
regurgitated
Wow.
masterclass.
That's amazing, Peter. That's a lot of dedication to write a book and have it published.
So I thought my books reached lots of people.
Yes,
But
think so.
I think now the YouTube, both you and I realize how powerful digital media is.
Yes, I know.
It is such a powerful medium. Can I write this to you, dedicate
Yes,
to you?
yeah, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I think when people are starting out on YouTube, you know, they're complaining, I only got 200 views on my video. And I tell them, think of yourself in an auditorium talking to 200 people. How special that is to be able to reach 200 people. So it doesn't really matter if you get huge views on YouTube, you're still reaching a lot of people and inspiring people, I think, or trying to.
Yeah. It's the individual that count. It is not the numbers. If you can influence and help one person
That is
in
very-
life,
Well,
That is all
you
that
influenced
matters.
me, Peter. So I'm that one person that that got into bonsai hardcore, I guess.
I will show you an email I received this morning,
Yeah.
sent to from my office. I think he's in his late 80s, the founder president of the New Zealand Bonsai Society.
Yeah.
And he was telling me how I have inspired a lot of people even in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So I don't regard myself as a bonsai master. I am not a bonsai master. I'm not a great bonsai artist. I am a good communicator and teacher. And that is what I wish to be remembered for.
Yeah.
I don't regard myself as a great master. I can make some bonsai, but that is all. I'm happy with that. As long
Yeah.
as I'm happy, how does it matter?
Yeah, I consider myself a bonsai learner, and I'll be a learner to the day I die.
Ah.
Because there's always something to learn, species, techniques. And I think growing bonsai is a lot about not training the trees, but training yourself to take care of the trees.
Yes.
It's, yeah, it takes a lot of discipline. You miss one day of watering, and that's it.
I'm a kindergarten student in bonsai.
Well, you've got an exciting journey ahead of you. That you think of it that way.
Yeah,
It's
appreciate.
it's a lifetime of learning, and and it's really fun. It's a fun journey to go on. I when I see that little tree of mine that grew from a seed to starting to become a mature tree, it's been quite exciting. It's, you know, every year you see it change and
I'll
grow
give you
and
this little
develop.
booklet as well. I've given
Oh,
away all my
thank you.
booklets.
So you have a very big night ahead of you tomorrow in Toronto.
Are you coming or not?
Yes,
No,
I am,
You
yeah.
are? Okay. So then also some presents for you. We now produce our branded goods.
Really?
This gin pliers especially for you.
Oh, thank you.
And this
Peter.
scissors
And
one
scissors.
is for you.
Look
for
at
you.
that.
But
That
having
is
said
beautiful.
that, my favorite tool is the Falco secateurs.
Okay.
I still use those.
Well, they're really good, those.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have some presents for
Ah,
you, Peter.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just see what they are. You show me what they are.
Okay, so I have some heron
Oh,
scissors.
heron scissors! How unique is that?
I hope-
Heron scissors.
I hope you can roll them up with
Gosh, yeah.
Another present on
Yeah.
get him on the plane.
All right.
And then I've got some Canadian socks. They look like hockey skates. So you can-
Okay. All right.
you could
I
be
don't have to wear holy socks, is it?
you could be an honorary Canadian. And then I got you a coin set from Canada.
Okay.
2023,
Okay.
all the Canadian coins.
Does it have the king's head on it?
I don't think it does.
You don't use the king's head
I
anymore.
don't think they've used it yet.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Great.
And then I got you a mug. This is a indigenous mug, and
It looks like a tsunami.
called Tranquility.
Okay.
So it's got some nice trees and
Yeah, forest. Nigel's forest. And eagle, bald eagle or something.
yeah, a Canadian
Canadian-
white pine. That's
Oh.
the same as this tree
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
Great. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.
Thank you, buddy.
And I have some chocolates for you too
All right.
that are from the city
Okay.
here. And
Thank you. So people are going to enjoy this video. So I'll mail it to you. You can also show it on your channel.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you, thank you.
you. Great.
Here is Peter.
Beside a huge old willow.
Trees outlive us.
Yeah.
There you go.